one with the glasses?
Yeah, and the black shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Jacques. Jacques has his glasses, the cap on.
There's two.
All right.
They're over here.
Come on, Rafael.
We Jesuits talk about how God meets you where you're at. You know, we expressed an interest in our students doing a study abroad, our first ever. I wanted the students to get to know St. Ignatius Loyola. The folks at IES Abroad met us where we were at, what we needed, what we were interested in. And you customized and tailored a program for our interests and our needs and our so it's just been marvelous.
My name is Carlos. Last name too? Yeah. Martinez. I am 20 years old. I go to Arrupe College of Loyola University Chicago. I'm currently getting my associates in business administration. I will be double majoring once I transfer to Loyola University Chicago, getting hopefully double majoring in management, marketing, and possibly getting a minor in political science, but we'll see.
My name is Derasia Henry. I am 20 years old. The college I will be transferring to is Dominican University, and I live in Chicago, Illinois.
My name is Jacques Stefanik. I'm 20 years old. I'm studying from Arrupe College of Loyola University Chicago. I'm studying business administration. And then after Arrupe, I'm going to Loyola's Quinlan School of Business to study management and marketing.
So my name is Lady Alondra Carrillo. Soy un estudiante de Arrupe College in Loyola University Chicago, where I'm studying accounting, and then I'm transferring in the fall to Quinlan, the Loyola School of Business, because I want to become an accountant and I want to get my CPA, or at least I thought I did, like I was so sure, but once I came here, I'm honestly changed. I don't know, it's invigorating. I don't know.
My name is Rafael Garcia. I am a rising junior, currently at Arrupe College of Loyola University, and I will be transferring into Loyola University in the fall, majoring in history.
Okay, I am Natalia Moreno. I am 20 years old. I was born in Chicago and I still live there, and I currently attend Arrupe College and will be transferring to Loyola University in the fall.
Our students come to us often from what I would call divested communities. They come from under-resourced schools. They come from neighborhoods that are often food deserts or job deserts. And you know, they would never think about going to a Jesuit selective competitive institution because the tuition is a barrier for them. The beauty of Arrupe is that it makes a high quality private liberal arts education, in this case Jesuit, available to really deserving students, fantastic students.
You can contemplate the Chapel of the Conversion through this large soundproof window.
In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. My friends, the Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
So, the two takeaways from our visit this morning here in St. Ignatius's house. One is be open and flexible, all right? The second one is dream big.
You know, certainly not all of our students are Catholic. Not all of them are Christian. Some of them are non-practicing. They have no faith tradition. I'm biased as a Jesuit for over 30 years, but we subscribe to a world-affirming theology. We talk about, in the Jesuits, about finding God in all things, and we get that directly from St. Ignatius Loyola.
So my question for you is, you know, I really believe this. God sent you for a particular reason. Maybe God sent you on this trip, you know, for study abroad and to hang out and have fun in Barcelona and go to that disco and all of that. But why else did God send you on this trip?
So I just do what you basically just did. God, I give you my thanks to Loyola University and Arrupe College.
God, I thank you for all the opportunities.
So my dad was a lot more supportive of the trip than my mom was. My mom is a Jehovah's Witness, and there are Christians, and there are pretty strict Christians. And she really was supportive of the trip in general. But then over time, my mom kind of came to understand, like, well, you're going to another country. This is like a really great opportunity to meet new people and to get exposed to different types of cultures. So she came to understand a little bit more.
Like I said, my parents are very liberal. So, like in third grade, we stopped going to church, and they're like, as long as you're good people, you're doing the right thing. You don't have to follow something. So that's what I do.
My church is named after him. My high school is Loyola Academy. So I've always had a close tie to St. Ignatius. He's always been a part of my life growing up.
God, I give you thanks for this great opportunity and for the staff on this trip.
The mission of the school of Loyola is care for others, care for community, and care for self. I do value that, and I embrace that a lot because I'm a big person for being there for other people, being there for your community, being there for yourself. I want to maybe become a politician. I am LGBTQ. I consider myself to be part of that community. And when it comes to religion, as I said, there's a lot of disconnect still, but a lot of people are really working on it, on bringing those the ideas to respect each other, maybe not collide, but just respect each other. I don't consider myself religious. I don't know if I believe in that. I respect people that believe in it. I do not, but I do respect it a lot, and I respect my school.
So that would be a hunter. And the hunter is looking for an animal, which is the last painting. That would be on the left, a big circle right there. That circle would be a wild boar.
We're trying to acknowledge that there was uncharted territory. They would draw a dragon on the map and the phrase, "There be dragons," which was just an indication that there was something there that was unknown, something that maybe to avoid.
I was a little shocked and scared because a lot of people applied, and a lot of people who I know were great students too and who deserve it as well as I do. But it's like, in the end, I was very excited and I was very grateful because I don't know when we're ever going to have the chance to do this again, you know, a paid trip to study abroad in another country.
When I got the news that I was actually getting it, I jumped up and I was like celebrating, pounding my chest. I was so happy. I told everybody, they're like, how much is it going to be? I'm like, I don't know, not much. I think everything's covered. And they're like super happy. My mom was like, I'm so happy for you.
And then when we do our activities, I'm not thinking of anything else. And I'm just like here in the moment. If we're in the Picasso Museum, I'm in the Picasso Museum. If we're in the market or walking in the market, I'm walking in the market. If I see like a good angle, I take a picture and I like touch everything. I'm like, I want to leave my presence here.
Once I told my family, everybody was like happy for me, surprisingly. They are like protective, so I don't really go places. And so this is my first time out of state too. And my grandma was mostly excited because she told me, that's how, like when I found out that my family originated from here, because her parents' started here, I believe. So everybody was excited, and they told me like take lots of pictures and like explore.
So a couple of times on this trip, we've had these opportunities to get these tremendous vistas overlooking water. Just having this overwhelming sense of the mystery of the ocean, and that being a beautiful image of God, because when we have these encounters with the divine, it's an expansive experience. We see more clearly, we see more broadly, we see the world in a bigger way, and yet we're seeing almost none of it. But I was thinking one day about how much I love whales. They spend their whole lives swimming in the midst of this thing that I will never understand.
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. The only real part of Spain that I know of is like soccer, and I really kind of got the stereotype when I went to Pamplona, because Osasuna just won a very big game, and the whole city went wild. It was like 2 million people there, and they were just going nuts, and it was great.
Everybody say hi.
Be natural.
Okay, I am honored to be Dereja. This morning, I got a phone call at 8 o'clock, right? And
you're gonna run out of battery.
So, the lady was like, she said to me, "Buenos dias." I said, "Hello." I said, "Dereja's residence," and then she was like, and then she realized that I was speaking English, so she was like, "It's 8 o'clock." I was trying to say, okay, but she hung up. So.
One of my biggest takeaways from being here is seeing how the community is and the structure of everything. It still feels like a dream that I'm here. And just like feeling connected to Spain.
I do art, I paint, and I sketch. I like to go to museums and observe the piece, but also like the technique. Does the paint blend? Did they use different brushes to do each color? Did they use the same brush to paint everything and the color blends? How does it layer? Is it thick? Is it thin? All of this. And Picasso is like, I want to see what, like, and imagine his strokes. Makes me excited to try it out myself, and then that's how my art has been getting better, because I do that. I go to museums, I watch, and I try to like imagine what the process was.
Let me go for a second to the 15th century. Okay? This is how Spain looked like. The Iberian Peninsula, which is the geographical area in which Spain is located. Okay, but inside the Iberian Peninsula, we could find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors corresponding to 5 different kingdoms, principalities. Do you know the difference between a principality?
We went to 3 different regions in Spain. We went to Basque Country, we went to Navarre, and we're here in Barcelona now. So the 3 different, in Spain, but 3 different, in my opinion, different cultures, different ideologies, different perspectives on things. Honestly, going to La Sagrada Familia, just this history behind it, so many years of like, that it has been under construction. Gaudí was the one who started it. If you look at it, it just looks like so surreal. The amount of detail in the architecture, the historical meaning behind it, the religious meaning behind it. It was just so fascinating to look at.
For me, it's been the churches and the nature. When we were out in the Basque Country, that was probably one of the most amazing walks I've ever taken in my life. When we were at Loyola, I went out for like an hour walk in this little bike trail through the mountains and everything, and I saw all these animals and the big mountains, the nature, the fauna, everything. It really touched my heart, you know?
So the welfare state is the idea, and it really is associated with something we could call collectivism, which is the idea that at some level we're all responsible for each other. This is such a brilliant photograph. This is in Africa, in Morocco. Spain has a few, there's cities that are part of Spain. This huge fence that circles the city, and people who are making their effort to cross into Spain. Meanwhile, we have people enjoying an afternoon of golf. So many come here because they want to be able to give back to their families. They're desperate.
I love history. I think history is like the reason why things are today. I mean, the reason why we have countries, the reasons why politics are the way they are today, and the reason why we have the issues. So I always grew up being like really interested in history, like more particularly like political and like understanding why we have borders. And I know a lot about the US's history, but now learning about the history of Spain is like really interesting. I didn't really understand like that the European Union and the Spanish government were like that involved in like the immigration and refugee process.
And we've seen people, and like even though Spain is a beautiful country, I feel like it still has the same it's still the same as everywhere else. Like there's homelessness, there's like people who are struggling, there's people in this like who don't have an education, have to run away from a family. And I feel like just having the opportunity to even come here just like made me more grateful.
You know, when we were walking around the streets, I see a lot of people that aren't Spanish, you know, a lot of Indians and people from Africa, and they're only really selling things on the street. And then I see a lot of very wealthy people at the same time, kind of not acknowledging them. And, you know, I've gained a very big appreciation for education and what it can bring you, because, I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my school. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit the books even harder so I can learn more about countries and hopefully make an impact in the future, you know, help other people.
One of the most exciting things was visiting the cave where St. Ignatius, all his spiritual exercises. It's so cool how everything is preserved here. Overall, the idea that we got to visit places that are preserved was very exciting.
Ignatius is asserting that the goal of our lives is to be with God forever. Both here and now, but also for eternity. And so he says, don't worry about whether you're rich or poor. Don't worry so much about whether you'll have a healthy life or a sick life, a long life or a short life. Tell me if you thought about whether you want to be rich or poor, sick or healthy, live a long time or a short time. But rather, we should do those things which draw us closer to the reason we were made, which is to be with God forever.
I couldn't have asked for a better group of students to be with, and professors. Also, thank you to Dean Eric. Dean Eric is moving on from Arrupe, and I hope life is great for you.
Nunca me sentía cómoda o realmente feliz cuando estaba sola y tenía momentos de silencio. Me sentía como ansiosa, como que no sé qué hacer. Y ahora busco esos momentos de silencio porque me siento bien, me siento feliz. Me estoy encontrando. Todavía no sé quién soy, ¿verdad? Pero definitivamente me he encontrado un poquito más de quién soy yo.
I do feel different. The same but different, like more happier. And when I go to my family and tell them about Spain, I would tell them like, it's good to explore, like even if you may be scared and you don't necessarily have to go to a different country, but it's better to like pay attention or like go a different route than what you are used to. And just tell them that if they want to be different, it's okay. And if you feel like you may be judged in a way, just go to people who care about you and talk to them about it and just get help, you know, like positive things I would tell them.
It's like, I would have to like go back to the United States and process all of this because I'm still in Spain. I'm still here in Spain, and it's like I'm still making these memories and I'm still having these experiences. But I feel like when I get on the plane, go back to Chicago and land in O'Hare is when it's really gonna start processing in my mind, like, has this really changed me? And I think it will. It will change me. But at this moment, I really can't answer like if it really changed me, because like I'm still being changed at this moment.
I think it's important to get outside of your comfort zone, and you know, seeing new customs, new ways of life, new buildings, new cars, new people. You know, it changes your perspective on life, and if you're just stuck in one place for your whole life, you know, you miss out on a lot of things, and life is short.
Stay open-minded. Don't get this prejudice in your head before knowing the reality of it. just be more accepting of other people and yourself. Ask questions, study abroad more if you can. Talk to people, have those difficult conversations. Anywhere you're at, have those difficult conversations, because that's how we're going to start making progress in our societies.